What's up, everyone? So today I want to make a video discussing some holiday gift recommendations specifically tailored to LooksMaxxing. So let's get right into it. So I know we have the holidays coming up and Black Friday as well. So now is a great time to make some of these investments in yourself if you're looking to buy some potential products. So I figured I'd give out some of my best ideas for this year. And my whole philosophy around all this is if you're going to get gifts for Christmas or your birthday, you might as well get stuff that's almost an investment in yourself so you can actually make improvements throughout the year because, if you don't like to spend money that much, it can be hard to make some of these smaller investments or some of the stuff that maybe you don't think is as important. You can try it out and see if it works well for you and if you want to keep buying it later down the road. So let me get into some of my potential product recommendations for this year. So hair products, we have a microneedling pen, minoxidil RU58841, laser therapy, growth serums, specifically for your lashes and eyebrows, hair dye, hairstyling products, an eyelash curler, and biotin, sort of on the supplement side. But the main thing I think that would serve a lot of people is a microneedling pen, just because it does a lot of the work for you. Whereas if you're using a dermastamp, which is the cheaper option, it can work well, but it's a bit more fragile, and you're not getting as much precision as you are with the actual pen. So if you're using a dermastamp or a derma roller, it's a bit more manual, and there's more potential for things to go wrong. So a microneedling pen is something that's like more or less pretty affordable for most people, but it's that step up that could make the whole process a bit easier for you. Next, we look at some of the skin products, facial cleansers, moisturizers, sunscreens, antioxidant serums, specifically like a vitamin C, for example, a retinol, red light therapy masks, and then, if you're looking to change your skin tone, potentially like tanning and skin whitening products, depending on the route you want to go. And one thing I do want to preface with all of this, it can be a little bit weird if you're asking people for some of these products. And obviously, if you can just ask for money, that's the easiest route. But there's some people that are going to be persistent on getting some of this stuff. And if they know you're kind of into LooksMaxxing, it's really not that strange if you have if your parents kind of understand or whatnot. But specifically, it can be easier with the mom sometimes because they understand. But if you're around family, getting some of this stuff for Christmas could be kind of embarrassing if you have to open it in front of a lot of people. So definitely be careful. But then there's some other miscellaneous face products that can serve you a lot throughout your LooksMaxxing journey, like eye drops, lip balms, teeth whitening strips, an ice mask. And when I say an ice mask, this can just sort of be putting an ice mask over your face in the morning just to help depuff the face and get some of that inflammation down in the morning. And also, some of these eye drops, you can just pop them in right before date, get the scleral much wider than it was previously. So you can get some of these products that maybe you haven't seen do much of an effect, or you haven't seen the value in them, and then you get them, you can see how much of effect they play, and then bang, then you have a new product and you're looking better for a potential date or something. So then we have gym products. If you're looking to gym max, if you're a bit younger, maybe it could be asking your parents for a gym membership. Also, a neck harness is a big one because neck training is going to be essential for trying to bring up your attractiveness sort of around that jaw area and adding some dimorphism to you. So a neck harness can go a long way. If you're on the younger side, a waist trainer can actually go pretty far for you if you're still in development to sort of maximize your V taper and limit any growth within the waist region. Then we have lifting straps. So if you're lifting a bit heavier on pulling movements like deadlifts, for example, using lifting straps can help push you towards failure before you actually grip, fails. Then we have any weight belts and also sauna suits. This can be another big one if you want to sort of get some water retention off and debloat if you potentially crashed out. Sauna suits are something that are very common within like martial arts to, make weight. So sauna suits can provide some temporary benefit for you as well. Next, I have some health products and supplements. A lot of this sort of just depends on what specifically some of your weaknesses are. Like if you want to see if something can help your hair grow a little bit, some of these, vitamin and supplements, they're not going to make a huge difference within your looks maxing journey. It's the main stuff that's going to make the biggest difference. But if you're like, hey, I don't know what else to ask for, you might as well add something in and see if it makes any difference. Which some of the stuff, it's going to be so minimal that it's really not that, big of a difference. But hey, you need to fill out a list, So red light glasses, this can help you with sleep a lot, just sort of regulating your circadian rhythm. And then collagen supplements as well. Magnesium glycinate, that's going to be specifically for sleep. Then potassium chloride, this will be another thing to help, you know, put your potassium to sodium ratio in balance and really debloat you as well. Creatine, I know I have a video on creatine and hair loss, but something you can certainly try. And then, other vitamins and minerals by necessity for what you're looking for. Mouth tape, face mask for the sleep, and also noise reduction products, or like stuff you can put in your ears, to help make sleep a lot easier so you can eventually recover and really maximize your recovery, which we know is going to be important for your looks the next day and over the long term. And then lastly, I have some styling and fashion ideas. So clothes, this can sort of depend on what your niche is, or what specifically you like to wear. But obviously we know that these products, they're not going to make you attractive. They can only really accentuate what you already are. They can add contrast. Then colognes, and then some other big ones that can help a lot are height boosting shoes, shoe lifts, and other any accessories you see necessary. Obviously, we know the necklaces, the watches, they're really not going to make you that much more attractive. But if you're already attractive to them, it can, help boost some appeal, we'll say, but, really not that big of a deal. I'd focus on the actual stuff that can help you improve your tangible attractiveness. But definitely getting like height boosting shoes. You don't necessarily have to go on like the most height boosting shoes website and get their height boosters, but you can look into shoes that do give you a bit more height than maybe what you're currently wearing. So like an Air Force One, for example. But I'll catch you guys in the next video and let me know your guys' thoughts. And thanks for watching. Bye.